The first thing you hear is the heart monitor. Beep, beep, beep. The mansion is silent, but this one room is awake. Little Emma lies on a hospital bed in her bedroom. Her head is bald. Her skin is pale. A thin oxygen tube runs under her nose. Moonlight from the huge window falls across her small body. Next to her sits the maid, Sophia. Her uniform is old. Her shoes are worn. But her hands are soft and careful. In one hand, she holds a black medical marker. On Emma's thin arm, she is drawing a small bird with open wings. Does it hurt? Sophia whispers. Emma smiles weakly. No. It feels like a tickle. Sophia smiles back. Good. This bird is a warrior. When you go for treatment tomorrow, you will look at it and remember. You are brave. You are not just a sick girl. You are a fighter. Emma's eyes shine with tears. Like Mom? She asks quietly. Sophia's hand pauses. Yes, she says softly. Like your mom. For a moment, there is silence. You hear only the soft scratch of the marker on skin. The slow, tired breathing. The beeping. Emma blinks up. Sophia, will you be with me tomorrow? When they put me in that big machine. I hate when they close the door. It feels like I'm buried. Sophia's throat tightens. I'll be there, she whispers. I promise. I won't leave you. Emma relaxes, watching the little bird slowly appear on her arm. Mom had a bird tattoo here, she murmurs. She said it meant courage and freedom. I remember it when I close my eyes. Sophia's eyes soften. Then this one will be your shield, she says. For tomorrow. And then, the bedroom door suddenly swings open. Heavy footsteps. Michael, Emma's father, walks in. He is in a dark suit. Expensive watch. Perfect hair. Cold, tired eyes from long meetings. He looks like a man who controls everything he sees. Except tonight, what he sees stops him dead. From the doorway, it looks like this. His poor maid. Leaning over his sick daughter. Drawing something dark into her fragile skin. Like a tattoo. His face hardens. What? He says slowly, voice like ice. Are you doing to my daughter? Sophia freezes. The marker slips from her fingers and rolls across the floor. Sir, I can explain. Michael storms forward, grabs her wrist, and yanks her hand away from Emma. Explain. He hisses. You're tattooing my child in my house? On her sick body. Emma gasps. Dad, no. It's not. Enough, he shouts. The machines start beeping faster. A nurse peeks in, scared. You are fired, Sophia, Michael says, his voice cold and sharp. You will pack your things and leave my house tonight. Get out of this room. Now. Sophia stands there, shaking. Emma's lips tremble. Tears fill her eyes. The half-finished bird on her arm looks lonely and broken. And as Sophia is pushed toward the door, a question hangs in the air. What was she really doing? And how badly was Michael about to regret this mistake? To the world, Michael is untouchable. People call him the Lion of the City. He owns a tall glass building that touches the clouds. He has luxury cars lined up like soldiers. His name can make people lose their jobs with one call. But inside his mansion, his power feels like something else. Fear. Don't drop anything, he'll shout. Don't make noise, he'll cut your salary. Don't look him in the eye. The staff whisper in the kitchen. Did you hear? He fired the gardener just for breaking a pot. He made the driver stand in the sun for 1 hour because he was late. Poor Sophia, she works the most, but he never even says thank you. Sophia hears all of it. She keeps her head down and cleans. She scrubs the marble floor until her back screams. She washes silver plates that are worth more than her whole life. Every night, when her shift ends, she walks out of the big iron gate and steps into a completely different world. A narrow, Noisy street. Broken houses. Dusty air. Her own room is small and hot. Paint is peeling from the walls. The fan makes a slow, tired sound. On a thin bed lies her son, Liam. He is sick too. Not in a private room. Not with machines and soft pillows. He has an old inhaler, cheap medicine, and a blanket that is too thin for winter. Mama, Liam coughs. Did you bring my medicine? Sophia smiles, though she feels like crying. Yes, baby. I worked extra. She shows him the pills, then kisses his forehead. 2 children. One rich, in a mansion with doctors. One poor, in a broken room with a single fan. And in between them, a maid trying to keep both alive. The only soft place in Michael's house is Emma. Emma, who says, please, and thank you. Emma, who apologizes when she drops something. Emma, who doesn't care that Sophia is a maid. One afternoon, as Sophia changed Emma's bedsheet, Emma stared at her own bare wrist. My mom had a tattoo here, she said suddenly. Sophia looked up. Oh. Emma touched her skin. A small bird. She said it means courage and freedom. When I was scared, she would kiss it and say, for my Emma, be brave. Sophia smiled sadly. Your mom was kind. Emma's voice broke a little. I asked Dad if I could get the same tattoo when I got sick. He said no. He said tattoos look cheap. He said rich girls don't do that. Sophia's jaw tightened. She knew that word well. Cheap. Emma looked at her with wet eyes. But when I go for chemo, the machines are loud, the room is cold, and I feel like I'm going to die. I just want something to hold on to. Something that feels like mom. Sophia sat on the edge of the bed. What if, she said slowly, you had a small drawing instead? Not a real tattoo. Just a safe, simple drawing. Something that will stay long enough for tomorrow. Your secret shield. Emma's eyes lit up. Can you draw it? Please. Sophia hesitated. She remembered Michael shouting last week because he found a cartoon sticker on the bedside table. This is a hospital room, not a playground. What would he do if he saw a drawing on Emma's skin? But then Emma squeezed her hand, voice barely above a whisper. Please. I trust you more than anyone. That one sentence broke her. Okay, Sophia said. She went to the nurse station. Can I get a medical marker? She asked shyly. The safe one you use for surgery lines? The nurse nodded and handed her one. Here. Just don't press too hard. Sophia went back, cleaned Emma's arm with an alcohol pad like the nurse showed her, sat on the bed, and began to draw a tiny bird. A small act of love. A poor maid trying to give a rich girl something her own money, rich father never did. Courage. And that is exactly when Michael walked in and saw only ink, not the heart behind it. You are fired. Get out. Michael's voice shakes the room. Sophia's heart drops into her stomach. Sir, please, she stammers. It's not a real tattoo. It's a medical marker. The nurse gave it. I cleaned her arm. She was scared for tomorrow, and I don't care, Michael snaps. You are a maid. Your job is to clean, not to draw symbols on my sick child's body like you're painting a wall in the slum. The words hit like slaps. Maid. Slum. Paint a wall. The nurse at the door tries to speak. Sir, the marker is safe. There's no infection risk, we use. You allowed this, he barks. This is why I pay for private care? So my daughter can become a drawing board. The nurse goes silent, eyes dropping to the floor. Sophia feels everyone's eyes on her. The nurse. The guard. Even the camera in the corner. She feels small. Dirty. Wrong. Sir, she asked me. Sophia whispers. She talked about her mom's tattoo. She wanted. You think because my daughter smiles at you, you are family? Michael cuts in. Listen carefully. You are staff. You will never forget your place again. He points at the door. Security. 2 guards appear almost instantly. Take her out, he orders. And make sure she doesn't step near my daughter's room anymore. Emma's eyes fill with panic. Dad, no, she cries. It was my idea. She was helping me. You are sick, Emma, he says sharply. You don't know what you need. I know. Emma's chest rises and falls quickly. The monitor beeps faster. Dr. Evelyn walks in, trying to calm things. Mr. Michael, please. Emma's heart rate. I am protecting my child, he says. From people who overstep. The guards gently touch Sophia's arms, trying to guide her out. Sophia looks at Emma, her eyes wet. I'm sorry, she mouths. Emma's lip trembles. Tears roll down her cheeks. She looks at the half-finished bird on her arm, the wings still open, like it's trying to fly away. Suddenly, something inside her snaps. Stop, she screams. With trembling hands, Emma rips off her oxygen tube. Emma! Dr. Evelyn shouts. Sweetheart, breathe. Emma's breathing turns quick and harsh. The machine alarms start ringing. If you send her away, Emma gasps, pointing at Sophia. I will never forgive you, Dad. Never. Michael freezes. He has power over staff, over money, over business. But his daughter's words cut through all of it. Why, he mutters, stunned. Are you doing this for a maid? Emma glares at him through tears. Because when I am vomiting and crying, she says, voice breaking, you are busy on calls. When I shake inside that chemo room, you're signing papers. She is the one holding my hand. She is the one singing Mom's lullabies. She is the one who listens when I say I'm scared. The room is dead silent. Dad, she whispers, you see a maid. I see my only friend. Michael looks at her, then at Sophia. For the first time, he really looks. At the tired face. At the rough hands. At the eyes that hold more pain than any job can pay for. Something cracks inside him. Put her oxygen back, he says quietly to the doctor. Please. Dr. Evelyn moves quickly, fixing the tube. Michael turns to the guards. Leave us, he says. Sophia stands near the door, not sure if she should stay or run. Michael exhaled slowly, like air leaving a balloon that has been full for years. Finish your shift, he says without looking at her. We will talk tomorrow. But that night, he doesn't sleep. Because for the first time, a painful thought keeps echoing in his head. What if the poor maid understands my daughter's heart better than I do? The next morning, Michael does something he has never done before. He skips his morning meeting. Instead, he drives without his driver. No security. No shiny car line. Just him, in one black car, heading to the address he got from the HR file. Sophia's home. But before he goes to her street, he stops at a place he has always pretended does not exist. The public hospital. The walls are old. Paint is faded. The smell of medicine and sweat fills the halls. Children cry. Nurses rush. There is no quiet luxury here. Excuse me, he says at the desk, feeling strangely out of place. I'm looking for a boy. Liam. Son of Sophia. She works at my house. The nurse checks a paper. Ward 7, bed 12. He walks down the hall, his expensive shoes echoing on the dirty floor. In Ward 7, many beds are squeezed together. Old fans spin slowly above sick bodies. On one of those beds lies a thin boy with big eyes and a bright smile. That is Liam. Michael watches from the doorway. A volunteer places a small toy car on his bed. Liam smiles politely, but his hand goes straight to something else. A small drawing on paper. A bird. The same bird Emma had asked for. Your mom drew that? Michael asks gently, stepping closer. Liam looks up, surprised. Yes. She says birds are brave. They fly even when the wind is strong. Michael's chest tightens. He sits on the metal stool next to the bed. Do you miss her when she works? He asks. Liam nods. I know she has to. She says rich people don't understand our problems, but sometimes God uses them to save us. He smiles faintly. She cleans their big house so I can breathe with this machine. He points to a small oxygen mask by his side. Michael can't look away. In that moment, he understands something. Sophia isn't just a maid who drew a bird. She is a mother fighting the same fear he has, with 10 times less safety, money, support. He thought she didn't know boundaries. But actually, she knows pain. He leaves the hospital with a heavy heart and a small bag of new medicine for Liam. Then he finally drives to Sophia's street. The car feels bigger than the road. Neighbors stare as he steps out. Children stop playing. A woman in the next house pulls her curtain back to watch. Michael walks through the dust to a small door with broken paint. He hears a cough inside. He knocks. The door opens a little. Sophia's tired face appears. When she sees him, her eyes go wide. Sir. Michael takes a breath. May I come in? He asks softly. The room is small, but clean. A thin bed. A small table. 2 chairs that don't match. A cracked window. On the wall, there is only one drawing. A bird with open wings. Liam sits on the bed, coughing lightly. He looks at Michael with big curious eyes. Sophia stands near the door, arms folded, unsure. You shouldn't be here, she says quietly. This place is not for people like you. Michael looks around. Maybe this is exactly where people like me need to be, he replies. He places the medicine bag on the table. I went to the public hospital, he says. I saw Liam's file. I spoke to his doctor. Sophia stiffens. Why? Because I needed to see what you face when you leave my gate, he answers. I needed to see your world. Not the one where you wear my uniform. The one where you are just a mother. Her eyes fill with tears, but she looks away. You didn't have to do that, she mutters. I did, he says. Because I judged you without understanding you. I humiliated you in front of others. I treated you like dirt, when in reality, he looks at Liam. You are braver than I am. The words hang heavy in the air. Liam tugs at Sophia's sleeve. Mama, is this your boss? He whispers. She nods slowly. Liam studies Michael's face. Are you the one who made her cry? He asks, honest and direct. Michael swallows hard. Yes, he says. I am. And that is why I'm here. He turns fully to Sophia. I am sorry, he says, voice shaking slightly. I am sorry for shouting at you. For firing you like you were nothing. For not seeing what you were doing for Emma. You were giving her something I never gave her. Time, comfort, courage. He glances at her wall. You drew birds for both your child and mine, he says. I saw a problem. But you were giving them hope. Sophia's lips tremble. Tears finally spill over. Do you know what it feels like, she says quietly, to be treated like a stain? To give your heart to someone's child and then be kicked out like trash? Yes, he admits. Because yesterday, my own daughter said she would never forgive me. I felt like trash too. There is a long silence. Outside, kids shout in the street. Inside, only 3 people and a lot of pain. What do you want from me now? Sophia finally asks. Michael takes a breath. I want you to come back, he says. But not as just the maid. I want you to be Emma's official companion. Higher pay. Health insurance for you and Liam. A driver for Liam's hospital visits. And, he pauses. I want your help to create a fund for all my staff's families. For sickness. For emergencies. You know their struggles. I don't. You will guide me. Sophia stares at him. This is the same man who once shouted if a glass was not straight on the table. The same man who fired people like changing shirts. Now he stands in her tiny house, asking for help. Almost begging. "Why should I trust you?" she asks. He looks down at his hands. "Because I started losing my daughter the day I started loving money more than people," he says softly. "If I don't change now, I will lose everything. I don't deserve your trust yet, but I want to earn it. Slowly. If you allow me." Liam looks at his mother. "Mama," he says quietly, "if he helps my medicine, and he is kind to you now, maybe God is giving us a chance?" Sophia closes her eyes for a moment. When she opens them, they are still wet, but stronger. "I will come back," she says slowly, "but on my rules." Michael nods. "Tell me. You will never again talk to any worker like you talk to me," she says. "Not the driver. Not the cook. Not the gardener. We may be poor, but we are not your punching bags. We have hearts too." He nods firmly. "Agreed. And if you forget," she adds, "I will remind you. Even if I have to shout in front of everyone." He almost smiles. Deal. A week later. Emma sits up in her bed, sunlight on her face. On her arm, the small bird is drawn again, neat and clear. Next to her sits Sophia, smiling. On the sofa, Liam plays with a toy car Emma gifted him. Near the window stands Michael, watching quietly. "Ready." Emma grins. She takes the marker and holds Michael's hand. "This bird," she says, as she draws, "means courage. For rich people who learn to be kind. For poor people who never gave up. For daddies who say sorry. For maids who become family. And for kids who fight scary sickness." Sophia wipes a tear. Michael looks at the little bird on his skin. For the first time in a long time, he doesn't feel like the king of the city. He feels like a man who almost lost everything and was saved by a poor maid's heart. The camera of your mind pulls back. A rich father. A poor maid. 2 sick children. 1 tiny bird on 3 different hands. Not enemies anymore. Just humans, finally equal. Backhand index pointing right. If you were in Sophia's place, would you forgive Michael and go back? Or would you thank him for the apology but still walk away? Why? Tell your answer in the comments. Your reason might help someone who is facing the same kind of rich versus poor injustice in real life. Thinking.